Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and welcome back to G-Nome. No, this game is not about small garden statues. As you probably already can tell, it's about giant mechs. Alright, let's go over the this briefing again. We need commandeer down here, so I can click on each of these little bullet points here, and it'll go over the mission again. So, since it's been an episode since we got this briefing, we're going to go over it again. Anytime you complete a mission and you come back to this screen, it immediately jumps you into the next briefing. So we're going to go over it again, just to make sure we got everything. So let's start with the first one.
Welcome to the frontier, Sergeant. The Darken Republic lies just ahead, across the river Angada. Your crossing will be far easier if you can commandeer a Darken vehicle. Okay.
As you can see on the right, that is a Darken vehicle. Like I said, they're usually yellowish, oranges, or gold, whatever you want to call that. That is the vehicle we're going to be looking for. It will be unoccupied because we're playing on easy. I hope we're on easy. Yeah, we're on easy. Okay. So we need to I'll go ahead and pull up the map here again. I'm going to talk over him, so I already showed this. The circle tells you where we're going to be. The X that you see on the screen is where we're going to spawn. The circle tells you where the each objective is going to be. So the mech is going to be right next to that little mountain right there. And we need to, our objective is to cross River Angada, which is Angada is this the blue river here, and this is the bridge right here we need to cross. He says if you're lucky, the bridge is going to be down. It ain't going to be down. We're not lucky. So what we need to do is we're going to get in this mech. We're going to drive over here, and I think we're going to be encountering a little bit of resistance along the way to the mech. Once we get in the mech, though, I don't think there's any resistance until we cross the river. And once we do, we need to come down. We're going to come over here to the bridge. There's going to be a lower bridge across the river Angada.
If you're lucky, the bridge across the river will be down. If not, you'll have to get to the control building and lower it.
Alright, there's going to be a building, the control building, which looks like this thing you see spinning over here on the right of the screen. It's going to be right about here. Despite where the circle is, it's going to be right about up in here. And what we need to do is we need to get out of our mech, get into the control building, and lower the bridge. Nothing difficult. You just walk in, click a button, bridge down. Once we do that, we need to get back in our vehicle, and we need to cross the bridge. You need to make sure you cross the bridge in the vehicle. As he said here,
all border crossings are guarded by Darken anti-personnel sweep turrets. Even though they're unmanned, if they catch you out of your vehicle, they'll take you out.
And he's absolutely right. These sweep turrets we're talking about here, these are anti-personnel turrets. They use small caliber weaponry designed mainly to take out infantry. If you try crossing this river on foot, the turret will shoot you down in one shot. It's very accurate and very damage dealing, and you're dead instantly. So what you need to do is you need to cross this bridge in the vehicle, in the Darken Hawk. So let's get started. Once we cross the bridge, we'll be officially into Darken territory. All right, so let's go. All right, pull up the HUD here so we can get our full screen here. There we go. All right. You can see right there on the reticle, you see the mech at the top, at the end of the screen. There's where we need to go. And you see movement over there. There's going to be some enemies approaching us. I think there's like 3 or 4 Darken infantry that's going to approach us, so we're going to just go ahead and kill them off. Let's keep shooting with our lasers. Try to avoid them shooting out as much as we can. Come on, dude. You need to die. There we go. Ouch. Oop. Oopsie! I took too many hits. I died. Obviously, mission failed if you die. And also, there's no save. Save function within the mission, so you have to complete the entire mission before you can essentially. It sort of auto saves after every mission. But you can't save during the mission. So if you're almost done with the mission, you die, you got to do the whole thing over again. So, but luckily the missions in this game usually are not very long. So if you die and have to do a part over again, it's not going to be you're not going to be doing too much backtracking. Let's go try that again, maybe with less suck this time. All right, let's take it easy out here. Trying to take on too many at once. I think there's 3 soldiers. I also found a little trick to this. I'm not sure if this is supposed to work this way or not, but using the gashiers against a ground personnel will actually cause them to go to the ground. Missed with that one. There we go. There we go. He's on the ground. Actually, he's only knelt. There we go. Okay. Now, the Darken, that actually glitches the Darken. By making them land on the ground, the Darken actually, because of the way they're designed, they're actually, the soldiers are actually shorter than every other type. So what that does, that when they actually kneel like that, oh, I'm out of cashers. Oh shit! All right, let's move around a little bit. All right. And come on, die. Come on, dude, die. God damn it. Man, that one just wasn't going to die. Also, by the way, your hand... One thing I know the reason why I'm dying. Your hand laser that you're using here, it works the same as energy weapons on vehicles. If you fire them when they're not fully charged, you'll still be able to fire them, but they won't deal the same amount of damage as they would if they were fully charged. So me firing it quickly like that, I'm doing very little damage per shot, as if I allowed it to recharge fully and fire it each time. The same thing is true in vehicles with energy weapons. You can fire them without them being fully charged, but if they're not fully charged, however much charge they have, I mean, up to a certain point, you can't fire them if it's absolutely at zero. If it's got a little bit of a charge, it'll fire, and when it does very little damage per hit. So the more it's charged, the more damage it'll do. Therefore, you have to wait for it to shoot over and over again. This is why when I'm rapid firing like that, it's not recharging fast enough, so I'm not doing much damage per shot. Don't worry, I'm sucking pretty badly because it's been a while since I've done this, but I will get this done. What I was trying to say here is, if you can't really compare this unless you look at the lab down here, which actually shows the different people. But each of these soldiers in the game are different heights. Well, okay, actually, only one of them is a different height. All the soldiers are the same height, all the foot soldiers, except for the Darken. The Darken are shorter. And when you shoot any personnel with the Gasher, it makes them go prone. I don't know if it's a bug, I don't know if it's a glitch, I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but it's supposed to make them go prone. And when they go prone, first of all, they can't move. You can't crawl around while you're prone. You can only move while you're standing up. But in the case of the Darken, it actually worse for them, because when they go prone, their targeting reticle actually glitches below the ground. So when they're laying prone, they're trying to fire. They're just shooting the ground in front of them, so they'll never actually hit you. So that's a great way of actually keeping the Darken from damaging you. Is hit them with your Gasher, make them go prone, and then just shoot them until they die because they can't shoot you back. Which is what I was trying to do, but unfortunately I missed it many times. All right, let's try this one more time. Worst case scenario, I'll just go past them and go get in the vehicle and get them down, because I can do that. I can get in that. I can get in that mech and shoot them down without having to worry about getting gashered. All right, let's get this first guy. All right, Gasher. All right, he's down. See, you hear that gunfire that he's shooting? That's him trying to shoot. That's not me shooting. And he's shooting the ground because he can't stand up. Come on. Why can't I hit him? Fuck, there we go. Also, there we go. Now he's dead. Also, your range is affected. Your energy weapons, the less charge they have, the less range they have. So, if you're trying to shoot an enemy that's farther away, you want to wait. You want to wait till you're a little bit more charged, and then try to. Oh, hey, he's already on the ground. Sometimes they'll go prone on their own. I'll just hold this thing down until he dies. There we go. Okay. Energy weapons will, the more charge they have, not only do they do more damage, they'll travel farther. So if you're trying to shoot an enemy that's farther away, and your energy weapons aren't charging enough, and you're still not hitting them, you let them charge a little bit further, you'll actually be able to score hits. Alright, let's go ahead and get in this mech. I don't think there's any more soldiers out here to stop. I think there's only 2 infantry. There may be one behind that mountain there. I don't remember for sure. Doesn't sound like it'd be attacking me already. Okay. Alright. On harder difficulty, actually on the hardest difficulty, this mech is actually occupied, so you gotta try to get the mech, get it like unoccupied before you try to get in it. Alright, we are now in the Darken Sentry Hawk, as you heard. As you can see, the HUD obviously looks different, and you can actually tell, but despite that everything's still the same. On the right-hand side of the screen, you've got the status of your vehicle. E stands for energy, S stands for shields. So, as I move the vehicle around, I'm going to lose energy because I'm moving around. And this vehicle has actually two weapons. It has, we're going to stop here, it has a missile launcher, dual missile launchers, as you can probably tell by the missile packs on the side of the head, and a double pulse cannon. And just like before, the missiles are ammunition based, so when I run out of them, they're gone. But I also have energy based weaponry that can recharge. This is an example of a vehicle that can actually lose its arms and not worry about being destroyed. If both of the missile pods get shot off, the mech is still functional, fully functional. I just don't believe you can use its rockets. You'll only be able to use its secondary pulse cannons. But we don't have any more vehicles that we have to fight here. As you can see, there's only 3 vehicles left, and they're on the other side of the bridge. We don't actually have to fight them at all. You can see the map here. We can go and zoom in on the map here. You can see the red dots. Each one of those dots indicates a vehicle. But you can see just to the upper side of this left slant here, you see a little red X and a white dot. The white dot refers to the bridge over here. That bridge right there. The X refers to that sweep turret that I was talking about. And obviously the blue building here refers to the bridge control structure. The 2 areas you see will turn if you have a turning turret like this vehicle does. See, it turns, and you know that you're still facing forward, but your turret is turned to the left. Same thing, obviously, turning to the right. Each vehicle has a different direct distances where they can turn. Some can turn only 90 degrees. Some can only turn like 45. Some can actually turn the turret all the way around.
Center.
So, as far as this goes, when you're going to get close enough to this building, I'm going to go ahead and park this mech here right next to the building. As long as we don't actually open fire, bonk, hit the tree. As long as I don't actually open fire on any of the mechs, they will not attack any of those mechs across the river. They will not attack me. So I'm going to back up a little bit here. I got stuck on the tree, didn't I? Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, mechs in this game apparently are weaker than trees, so figure that one out, but whatever. Alright, I'll go ahead and stop here.
Stopping.
Alright, now we need to get into this building. How do we do that? First, you don't run into it. Alright, there we go. Now we're stopped. We're going to eject out of this vehicle. So, eject with backspace. Now we're back on foot.
Union soldier.
Let's get the HUD back up here completely.
Soldier.
We're on foot. And where are we? Oh, there we go. There we go. We ejected, we ended up way over here. There's the mech we were just in. Now we're going to go inside the building. Go around the bush here. And once we're inside the building,
Bridge control.
you can actually see from the perspective of the door where the mech is actually parked. If I didn't park the mech here, you would actually see it on screen. So it's got little points of detail. It actually shows where the vehicle looks like, or where it is on screen. Let's go ahead and get a full screen view of this again. There we go. Now here's the entire screen. All we really care about is this up here. This shows that the bridge is up and there's the bridge control. We take the mouse and we click on it. Bridge will now be down. Now we eject from the building.
Eject.
Let's get our HUD back again. Now we look over here to the right.
Stopping.
You can see the bridge is now down. So we're going to get back in the mech.
Full throttle. Darken.
It says full throttle even though you're on foot, but whatever. I get the HUD fully back up here again. Alright. Now we're going to cross the bridge.
Throttle.
Once we cross the bridge, we're going to get contacted by basically by one of those mechs, and they're going to talk to us.
This is Commander on Score.
Stopping.
You have crossed the neutral order of the Independent Darken Republic without authorization. You have 20 seconds to exit the stolen Darken vehicle and move on.
I see these mechs are approaching me, but they're not actually going to attack me. Only the turret is attacking me right now, which is no big deal. So we have 20 seconds to eject.
10 seconds to exit the stolen Darken vehicle and move on.
We're going to do exactly that. We're going to eject. As soon as we land, mission accomplished. The hell? That's not supposed to be. That's not supposed to be that way. Alright, a little bit of a bug here. Let's see if I can fix this bug and be back in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. I fixed it apparently. I did manage to find out that I do have the next mission available, 1-3 Convoy. Convoy is the next mission we're going to be doing. Once you finish Withdrawal Bridge, you eject. As soon as you land, mission complete, you move on to the next mission. Before I actually go on to 1-3 Convoy, I did remember that you can actually go to the pre-briefing, which at least I wouldn't be able to show you the opening cinematic, but at least shows you some information leading up to the beginning of the game. So I'll go ahead and click this real quick. You can watch this real quick. This will give you some little more background that I was trying to tell you earlier in the episode, or in the last episode.
Sergeant Gant, this is General Alex Wilkins of Union Intelligence. You are receiving this message encrypted, security code Alpha. I'm sure you've heard of the discovery of the Figo star system. Whoever controls this system controls the whole spiral arm. The Scorp are already making their move. Union Command believes that war is inevitable, and it will begin here on Rue Helen. The demilitarized zone is currently in chaos. Bendy and Max have been staging hit-and-run raids on Darken strongholds. We don't know why yet. As of this moment, you are being recalled to active duty. Your participation is needed in an extremely covert and sensitive mission. Deep cover Union operatives inside the Scorp Federation have learned of a top-secret biological weapon that could very well tip the scales in the Scorp favor. Our intelligence reports are limited, but we believe it is a genetically engineered creature based on modifications of the human genome. Quick, strong, intelligent, and designed for combat. Impervious to pain. There are indications that human POWs are being used in these experiments. This is an acute violation of every weapons treaty between the Union and the Fifth Alliance. We cannot call them on it without compromising our intelligence capabilities. Your mission, Sergeant, is to kill the G-Nome and destroy the facility where it's kept. We've contacted a team of specialists to assist you in this, but you'll have to assemble them. I believe you may be familiar with them. Your old friend and squad member, Kylie.
This is what we'll be meeting pretty soon.
Background. Dr. Victoria Thane, Union's most proficient genetic scientist. You'll need her to get to the G-Nome and stop it. She's on assignment in Merc territory. You'll join with the final member of your team once you've arrived at the Scorp border. Nobody knows Scorp territory like this man. He's been there, undercover, for years. He'll meet you at the Scorp frontier and lead your team to the facility. For security reasons, we cannot identify him to you until just prior to the rendezvous. I'll remind you again, this is a highly covert operation. We'll provide you with information and special directives when we can. But be aware, for the most part, you'll be on your own. Use your standard sub-micron half-straight receiver. We'll contact you after each stage of the mission. You are to head for the Darken border and make your infiltration at Calcipia. Kylie's expecting you.
And there you go. That's the information that you... Well, that's not the opening cutscene. That feeds you some information that I was explaining earlier to you in the last episode. So, let's go ahead and move on with this episode. And we're going to move to 1-3 Convoy.
Okay, Sergeant. Head for the regional Darken headquarters near the outpost of Chansk. Use any means possible to determine the Darken IFF code. Kylie has left coded messages at the headquarters for your retrieval.
Daily IFF codes located inside Darken Motor Pool building. Situational analysis. 2 stolen Union Hawks. Location, waypoint 1. Darken Motor Pool. Daily IFF codes located at Motor Pool. Approach with caution. Probability of commandeering a single vehicle, high. Recommendation, join weekly supply convoy en route to regional headquarters. Darkens are targeting solitary Hawks. Entry with group possible if IFF codes correct.
Alright. what we need to do here is we need to actually get into the Darken headquarters at Chansk. As you can see on the map here, I'll go ahead and pull up the map again.
Okay, Sergeant. Head for the regional Darken headquarters near the outpost of Chansk.
Shh, I'm talking. As you can see, here's the X telling you where we're going to spawn, and here's the building down here. It's actually a pretty long walk. This is actually, compared to the last two maps, this is actually a pretty big map that we're going to be on. We need to get into this building here. You can see what it looks like here on the right-hand side of the screen. In order to get into the building, we need to gain the IFF codes of the Darken in that area. To do that, we have to get into this building over here.
Daily IF.
Shush. This is the motor pool building. This is the only place. I'll explain what an IFF code is in just a minute. But each team in this game, in each map, has an IFF code. IFF stands for Identify Friend Foe, in case you don't know. And these codes are kind of like sort of like a radio frequency that allows you to obviously identify friends and foes. Your IFF code is always going to be different than the IFF code of the Darken on this mission. And whenever you enter a vehicle, the vehicle's IFF code will change to whatever you have whenever you whatever your IFF code is, whenever you spawn. And while you can change it at will, it will also change whenever you're in the IFF of whatever vehicle you enter. However, if you enter a structure, the structure's IFF code will not change when you enter it. That's how you can gain the IFF codes of the enemy, or obviously enemies. In this case, we need to enter the motor pool building, and it'll have the IFF codes of the Darken in this area. Once we obtain those IFF codes, we need to change our IFF to those codes, and then when we go down here,
Recommendation.
there'll be a small convoy of mechs, as she said. There'll be 2 mechs over here. There'll be two Union mechs over here, and 1 Darken tank that's going to attack us. We're going to get into one of the Union tanks, one of the Union mechs, probably the one that looks like this one, the Tactical Defense Hawk, which is much stronger than the Union Sentry Hawk. There'll be one of these and a Sentry Hawk at this location. We're going to get in this one here, the white one. We're going to shoot down the tank. Then we're going to get back out, get in the building, gain the IFF code. Get out of the building, change our personal IFF code to whatever was inside the building, get back in the mech, and join with the group that's coming from over here. Once we do, they're going to contact us. We're going to signal them. Once we do, they'll think that we really are part of the Darken, and then we're going to head over to the headquarters, which is down here, and get out of the vehicle, get inside the headquarters, and we're done. As soon as our objective is to get inside the headquarters, and that's what we're going to do. So, let's get started. Alright. Now, you can't see it, but on the other side of that rock is a Darken tank. It will kill us if we don't get in a vehicle. So we're going to haul ass into that vehicle right there, that Union Tactical Defense Hawk. There is a Sentry Hawk over to the left, but I want this vehicle because it has more weaponry and it's stronger. If I were to look over here to the left, you can see there's the tank right there, right there on the center of the medical. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the poor graphics of this game, but that is a Darken tank right there. If we tried to go straight to the motor pool, the tank would spot us and shoot us instantly. So we need to get into the vehicle first. Now we could commandeer the tank, which isn't hard to do, but I'd rather just show off the battle here. Let's go ahead and pull up this here, and then exit. Okay. Now you can see we're already being engaged. You can see the red flashing on our screen, which means that we're having missiles fired at us. Alright, let's target the tank here and start firing away. See, we have 4 weapons up here. We have a small machine gun here, and we have 2 sets of rockets. Oh, I missed with both those rockets. Usually the rockets are best used for longer range than this battle that I'm doing here. Am I turn as far as I can with that turret? Yeah, I am. Okay. There we go. Doing some damage to it now. Usually rockets and missiles are not good for close quarters, because your rockets will never be able to turn in time to get to the vehicles. unless your missile pods are actually already facing the target. Which in this vehicle, the rocket pods are facing straight forward, so they're not going to be able to shoot straight down to get the vehicle. Now, this is a Darken vehicle, so now that it's destroyed, the guy's on foot, so we need to find him. Every time he fires, he's going to be a little red dot on the radar. So he's over to our left. He's trying to hit us with the gasher. There he is right there. Oh, he got me. Damn. Alright, so we're on foot now. Now, he could try to steal our vehicle if he wanted to. But whenever you use a gasher to eject someone from the vehicle, there's always a short delay before you can get into the vehicle. So you can't immediately steal a vehicle that they get into. Or that you can immediately steal a vehicle that you use a gasher on. You got to wait a little bit of time.
Full throttle.
Oh, speaking of IFF codes, you see at the bottom of the let me go and pull this up here and get my HUD back. You see at the bottom, right in the middle of my mask, you see where it says 5756? That's my IFF.
Full throttle.
And as I said, when you get into a vehicle, your IFF will change to the IFF of the vehicle will also be whatever you are in. See at the top of the screen, it says my IFF code. So, okay. Now, what we're going to do is to keep myself from getting my ass kicked, I'm going to go ahead and target this turret here. This is another sweep turret. This is an anti-personnel turret. If I were to try to get into that motor pool, it could shoot me. Especially when you get out of it, you actually eject from the the motor pool. You'll eject right to the as we're looking at it right there where my reticle is. You'll actually spawn out of the vehicle, out of the structure, right there, right in line to that turret, so it could gun you down. So to keep that from happening, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this turret and kill it dead. That's not the kill it dead button. Now, there's an alternate way to do this. If you're quick enough, you can get into the motor pool. You get into the motor pool, get the IFF code, get out of the structure. Excuse me, sorry. Change your IFF to the IFF of the Darken, and then get in your vehicle. It'll obviously change your vehicle's IFF, and the turret will see you as an ally because it's an automated turret, and it will stop attacking you. But that's a chance I don't want to take because it can kill me pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and just eliminate it now. Oops, I hit the motor pool. I don't want to do that. I actually do not want to hit the motor pool. If I kill the motor pool, then its mission failed. So let's get over here and target the turret itself, not the motor pool.
Stopping.
Alright. There we go. Now, as you can see, I've got two rockets on the right hand side. Rocket number 3 is a straight fire rocket. It's going to go straight ahead. But rocket number 4, if you listen, did you hear that beep beep? It lets you know that rocket was locked onto its target and will fly toward the target to a point. It turns very slowly, so it's not going to loop all the way around and end up hitting an enemy. Let's say I was really close to that turret and I fired it and it would go all the way around and come back. It wouldn't make that far. It wouldn't make it because the turn radius is too wide. It ended up hitting the mountain or something. It would not go all the way around and come back. But it's good for you're targeting long range. If the enemy happens to move, the rocket will turn and catch up to it. So, and I'm in range with these other weapons, so I'm going to use them all as well. I'll save my flechette gun. You see how my energy weapon isn't reaching because it doesn't have enough charge.
Ready.
Now that it's fully charged, it will reach.
Ready.
And there we go.
Ready.
Again, it's an automated turret, so there's nothing to come out of it. If there is a manned turret and it's destroyed, it will eject the structure's occupant, just like a vehicle would. I actually meant to get a little bit closer to the motor pool before ejecting, but whatever. All right, let's go and get into the motor pool now. The motor pool is already unoccupied. You don't have to worry about anybody being in it, and you also cannot get into a vehicle or structure that already has someone inside it. So if you're on foot and you're trying to get into another vehicle that's already occupied by somebody else, it won't let you in. Most likely you'll get stomped on and killed. But even if you're trying to get into an allied vehicle, they won't stomp on you, but you won't be able to get inside. Alright, exit. There we go. I got a full screen. I gotta move a little something up here. Hold on. Okay. That should be good there. Okay. Actually, you know what? The IFF is not showing up. That's not good. The number is supposed to be in the lower left-hand corner down here in this little box, but it's not there. I don't know what it is. That's a problem. It's not showing the IFF code. That's not good. Okay, there we go. Okay. What I did is I changed the IFF code of the building. Now it doesn't change the IFF code of the entire Darken army here, only the structure. Now what I did is I used the buttons U, I, O, P to adjust each digit. U go to the first digit, I to the second digit, O to the third digit, and P to the fourth digit. Now I pressed P twice, which moves the number up. Each time you press one of the letters, it moves the number up. So I pressed it twice, it's moved up to 4515. So if I just all I gotta do is just do some obvious math, and I'd go back by 2 points, I guess you could say. The IFF of the Darken here is 4513. So I'm gonna go ahead and eject now. Get my HUD back again. Go ahead and get a vehicle here. Because changing while you're in a vehicle will also change it in your personal one as well. Alright, let's get the screen back up here. Alright, now I want to change my IFF to 4513. Is that what I said? Okay. So use UIOP to change the numbers at the top of the screen here to 4513? No, yeah, 4513 because it was 4515. 4513. Is that right? Okay. I'll find out in a second. Okay, we got the radar zoomed out as far as we can go. Alright, let's go this way. We need to head toward this gap in the mountains here. And when we get close to the gap in the mountains, we should have 3 new vehicles appear on our radar. That'll be up into kind of to the right of the screen up here. That'll be that convoy that we heard about on the in the briefing. If I have the IFF codes right, those 3 dots should be green. If I don't have it right, that means they'll be red. I'm hoping to be green, that way I know I got the IFF right. So we're going to mosey up here and hope that it's right. Come on, where are they? Where's the convoy? Okay, well that turret is marked as allied, so it means I must have the code correct. But where's the convoy? That's weird. So they're supposed to respawn. This is like bypass that mountain back there. Huh. Okay. Is this game glitched again? That would suck. I guess we'll just head this way anyway. I'll pull up I can pull up the... we'll pull up H real quick. We actually want to know what I'm looking for. I need to pull up the... I can actually pull up our objectives from the... While I'm in the mission. Briefing is B. Okay, there we go. Let's pull up B. Obtain IFF Commodore Union Hawk.
Recommendation: join weekly supply convoy on
Okay.
route to regional
They're supposed to be here, but for some reason they're here now.
Entry with group possible.
I don't know why they're over there. They're supposed to have been back over there. Wonder why they spawned so early. They shouldn't have spawned until... Oh well. This may be a problem then. As usually I have to glitch the thing in order to make it right. We'll see. There we go.
Darken vehicles. Please identify IFF code by
Okay, they want us to signal, so we need to use F9 to signal.
Very well. Fall in. We proceed to regional headquarters to return the stolen hawk. Then we'll move on to the city Sinatra to debrief the Quadrine on the incursion of the Union soldier.
I don't know exactly what they're talking about there, but whatever. Now, we need to hurry up. We need to run over this direction. And I don't know if this is going to work right or not. Ugh. These three turrets, by the way, are rocket turrets. They are manned. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here.
Stopping.
Bonk. I hope I can do this right and try to eject and run straight into this building. And hope that they don't get... Because once I eject, they see that I'm a Union soldier, even though I have the same IFF code. Once I'm on foot, they're going to see I'm a Union soldier, and they're going to attack me. So I hope I can do this quick enough. Eject.
Full throttle.
Yep, they're firing. I hope everybody's got bad aim. Nope. Not good, not bad enough aim. Oops. Alright. I'll try it again. Maybe, again, I don't know why I don't know how they ended up all the way over there to the headquarters. They're supposed to wait until I come out of the... go past that mountain range there before they spawn. At least that's what I remember. What if that has something to do with the, that turret? The sweep turret. Oh well, doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll get it right in the next episode. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll get it right in the next episode of G-Nome. Oh well. Again, not a perfect game, kind of glitchy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the links at the end of this video for more of my stuff, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. I'll see you later.